Hey guys, I've been getting a bunch of questions about how to remove the background from your watercolor letters, especially when it comes to creating SVG fonts. SVG fonts are basically raster-based fonts, so they're not vector. So they use images in each letter to basically stitch together this font that creates that really real texture. And they're definitely trending now. They're becoming more and more popular, and I know a lot of you are wanting to learn how to make them, specifically with getting this texture integrated into it really well. So I just wanted to jump on really quick and show you how I do that. So I have taken a photo of some lettering with my iPhone and just uploaded it to my computer. If you're creating an SVG font, usually scanning this is going to be better. You want the highest quality possible, but for the sake of showing you guys how I do it, I just uploaded it real quick with my iPhone. So I'm going to start in Photoshop with, I'm going to duplicate my layer. That way I always have this one to go back to if this one kind of gets weird. And I'm going to start from there with adjusting my levels. So image, adjustments, levels. The goal is to get this background as white as possible without blowing the lettering out. So I'm just going to kind of tweak my levels here. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you just want to get like a really great contrast going. That looks pretty good. And then from there, I'm going to convert it to black and white. I prefer doing these fonts in color because then you can go into the black and white and adjust the color to make it even darker. And that's just harder to do when you're using a black ink and is easier when you're using a color ink. So I'm just going to take that pretty far down. And then we're going to go back and do our levels and get rid of this white background there. That looks pretty good. Cool. So now I'm actually going to duplicate my layer one more time just to keep it safe. I always make a habit of duplicating my layers before I do something extreme. It just saves you a lot of time for later. So after you duplicate this layer, you're going to go to your background erase tool. If this isn't up, you can click and hold, and it's right there in the middle. And I'm going to use this tool to do exactly what it says, erase the background. So this basically will take a sample of the color that you click on and use that sample to erase whatever falls in line with that color from your image. And you can adjust your tolerance up here. Low tolerance, you're not going to get as much detail. Or sorry, low tolerance, you get a lot of detail. It's just a lot pickier. So you can see how you've still got some edges there. It hasn't taken out any of the gray. It's like just taking out the white. And if you increase your tolerance, then it's going to be a lot more lenient. So now it's taking out a lot more of the white and mid-tone gray. So with this, I'm actually going to use a high tolerance, around 80%, and just erase all of the white there. And we could probably get away with going even higher, actually. But I think that's pretty good. So you've got this texture underneath. You can see the color underneath coming through your lettering. And that's exactly what you want for forming your SVG letters. So from here, I would import them into FontSelf and start building out the font. Maybe use this as an OV ligature. And what's great is that once the font is done and you can type it out, you can change your colors just by doing a color overlay. And it's going to retain that texture that we created because we've erased all of the white, or I guess in this case now it would be black that is underneath. So yeah, that's how I erase my background and prep files for import into SVG format, as well as save cool like hand lettered ping files that you can overlay on top of images and quotes and stuff like that.